All dance, all movement, all human life begin the same way, with a breath, whether we are aware of this or not. The rise and fall of our chest caused by breathing informs everything we do. So what exactly is breath? Hackney discusses that breath is the key to life, movement and rhythm. It is an act repeated all the time through our working days and sleep-filled nights. We breathe automatically, but breath can be influenced and is reflected of changes in consciousness, feelings and thoughts. We rarely think about breathing unless we're out of breath. The act of breathing is part of the respiratory system, which is a complex process where air travels into the lungs. Oxygen gets released through energy through respiration. The air taken into the body is utilised and becomes fuel for the body. Breathing is required to sustain life. Not only does the breath provide mental advantages, it also provides practical advantages. The breath, by providing oxygen to the working muscles and the brain, aids the body to work at its best. Without the vital oxygen to supply muscles to the brains, we cannot function at our best ability, let alone dance.
We breathe each day and night over 12 to 20 times per minute. There are 8 different steps to how we breathe and how our body functions this process. Step 1. Inhale. Taking breath into our bodies, either through our nose or mouth. Step 2. The breath then leads into the windpipe or trachea. Step 3. Which then divides and moves into the bronchial tubes. Step 4. When the bronchial tubes passes through the lungs, they divide into smaller air passages called bronchiales, which end in tiny balloons called alveoli. We have over 300 in our bodies. Step 5. The alveoli are covered by tiny blood cells and capillaries. Step 6. Oxygen goes through the alveoli walls and into the blood, which is carried to the lungs into your heart. Step 7. The heart pumps this around your cells of your tissues and organs, which the cells use the oxygen. Carbon dioxide is produced. Step 8. Carbon dioxide is carried into our blood back to the lungs, then through the capillaries and removed on your exhale.
When we think of breath, we often associate it as a simple everyday action, when in fact it's responsible for all of our foundations. Breath allows our development patterns to emerge from a young age. Without the use of breath, the efficiency of our development will be affected. Irmgard Bartneff uses the breath as a technique to attain changes in bodily and mental awareness. By focusing on tuning into our breath as the first step of patterning or repatterning our bodies, we are able to attend to movement with sensitivity and awareness. Peggy Hackney discusses several explorations of tuning in, a technique simply informed by questions, considerations and feelings of where our breath is within the body. This technique allows you to notice subtle changes in sensitivity and posture. The fundamental technique of tuning in can be used in a variety of situations. The first situation being fatigue. Bartneff Fundamentals identifies that by tuning into your breath and taking time to locate your breathing patterns, the fatigue will slowly wash away, allowing the breath to revive your senses. The second, feeling away from yourself. Through the use of the breath technique, even when we are feeling out of our bodies, we are able to connect to an internal state, allowing us to truly locate ourselves within ourselves. Number 3, being under pressure. Listening to the breath within the body can rid any excess tension, allowing muscles to relax and fall into the ground or space. This in turn will aid in the fluidity and ease of movement, removing restrictions and enrich the simplest of movement phrasing. 4, illness or injury. The use of breath can contribute to the healing process by allowing us to maintain a conscious connection with the affected area. The use of breath can bring new life to cells and aid in the repairing of any injury or ailment. 5, stiffness and mobility. Breath creates space for movement to flow. The use of breath technique can create space in all of the joints, allowing the movement to be more free and mobilised. This in turn removes tension, which may cause any stiffness or restrictions. 6, stability. Stability allows us to maintain a deep sensory connection to other areas of the body. The use of breath heightens our awareness and sensitivity to movement, developing the connections resonating from the core. Using the breath to enhance stability allows us to be in the now with the movement. Barton F allows us to analyse the full movement picture through the use of breath, establishing the importance of connecting to the ground base where the development patterns and discoveries occur. Through attending to our individual breath patterns, we can experience new and rich movement explorations.
Breath within dance practice can increase overall efficiency, coordination and flow of movement. The breath technique is often used as a concept of warming up the body, not just physically but also mentally. It is crucial that all of our senses are alive before we dance. Through co-coordinating our breath, we can use techniques such as imagery to allow our bodies to relax freely and expand into the space. By understanding and experiencing the importance of the use of breath within dance practice, this allows dancers to not only heighten their kinesthetic awareness but also increases their range and use of dynamic phrasing and potential for movement. As dancers, we retain the breath within the body whilst dancing. This can make the movement patterning look somewhat lifeless. Holding the breath simply adds tension to the movement and removes the dancer's connection not only to themselves and the natural fluidity of the movement, but it also removes any connection to fellow dancers and audience members. The movement becomes zombie-like and rigid. In contemporary release technique, the breath is something that is embraced to inform and articulate the fluidity of the movement. The gentle flow of the breath through inhalation and exhalation maintain the flow and pace of our natural rhythm and carries the body along with ease. The breath offers support to our movement, allowing us to truly take care when articulating patterns and shape flow within dance practice. If we deter from the natural rhythm produced by our breath, the movement appears unnatural and uncomfortable, creating a robotic and detached appearance to our movement. As dancers, it is crucial that we understand our breath not just as a natural process, but also as an informative and supportive function to our movement.